state of Maine, known for its endless forests, rugged coastlines, and hard-working people. Tight-knit communities and partnerships that last for lifetimes.
What a tremendous honor and privilege it is to administer Maine's Outstanding Airman of the Year program. Each year, supervisors and commanders from across our great state nominate their best and brightest airmen. This year, a team rated each nominee in the areas of leadership, job performance, self-improvement, base and community involvement. They selected a winner in the Airman, NCO, Senior NCO, First Sergeant, Honor Guard, and a new category added this year, Company Grade Officer of the Year. Today we recognize these exceptional airmen in front of their families and peers as they join an elite group, those who held the title of Outstanding Airman. Our MAINEiacs strength and legacy is founded in our airmen. And the Maine Air National Guard is a proud and professional organization, from the premier communication units in South Portland to the world's best air refueling wing in Bangor. Captain Pampanella, Senior Master Sergeant Jordan, Senior Master Sergeant Goldrup, Tech Sergeant Crowley, Tech Sergeant Taylor, Senior Airman Borer. Congratulations on your selection as Maine's Outstanding Airman of the Year.
I think it's absolutely critical that we recognize the best of this Maine Air National Guard. We have some wonderful people who work so very hard every day accomplishing the mission. It's a great honor to recognize these people. Everybody out here makes a difference. Everybody makes a difference in what we do. I hear wonderful things about what our reputation is throughout the country when I travel. It is directly due to our people.
Let friend and foe alike be made aware of the spirit that is sweeping across our land, because it means we will meet our responsibility to the free world.
Each one of you has answered a great call. You live by a code of honor, service to your nation, for the safety and the security of your fellow citizens. Our military is full of the finest people on the face of the earth.
Only 1% of Americans may wear the uniform and shoulder the weight, the special responsibilities that you do.
Captain Pampanella is a professional. She executes her duties very well. Attention to detail, but always looking to the human side of things too. So, you know, as she's discharging her duties, she's also looking out for the people as well. She started off as a boom operator with the Illinois Guard at Scott, and I actually got a call from the director of training, and he highly recommended Michelle to us at the pilot board that she went to. And I'd say that high recommendation was well deserved by her.
In XP, they work for the wing, so they have to, when you're talking about plans, they're wing-wide, sometimes statewide, sometimes guard-wide, and you have to work with all different mentalities coming and representing all different positions, and you have to resolve all that to make the exercise come to play, as well as make it a success in the case of an inspection. So she's very good with the people skills as far as understanding what someone's perspective is, what they need, and what they can offer, and integrating that all and coming up with the best solution in the end. So there's not only the capability to get the job done at the end by melding all those skills, but she makes it fun. She puts a lot of time into all her products, but not only does she put them in so they're effective, but she puts them in so they're interesting. It takes a lot of spin up to get ready for one of those exercises or major generations, and there's a lot of education that has to go on. So in order to keep that interesting and moving along, she has to be a good instructor and good as far as keeping folks' attention. So she works very hard at that.
She's high energy, and that was one of the things noted during our recent NORI. Always out trying to make things better, do things better, and improve the process. So impressive.
She is not going to walk into a room uninformed. She's going to do her homework. She's going to be prepared for every gathering, meeting. Her role might be leader, her role might be follower, but you know that she's there playing whatever role she's supposed to play.
I've known Captain Pimpinella for about 2.5 to 3 years, ever since I joined the unit. She really has been a very key part of my professional development ever since I have been here at the wing. One of the first people I think of when I do need advice and career mentorship. She's one of the first people that I do go to. I'm looking to graduate college next year and looking at different career options within the wing and outside the wing, and talking about commissioning or staying enlisted in my career progression, and she's really been essential in trying to help me guide my way through that process. It makes me feel like I have an ally, someone who I can go to. It makes me feel like I can go to work every day knowing that if I do need support, there is someone there for me. Captain Pimpinella has been a great mentor. She's a phenomenal officer in the Air National Guard, and she is a great friend.
My experience working with Senior Master Sergeant Jordan, he exemplifies what a senior enlisted airman should be. He sticks to the core values. He takes anybody under his wing that needs to be. And once Senior Master Sergeant Jordan came to the Med Group, it was a blessing. We needed some strong leadership there, and he took the job over, and he's done very, very well.
Senior Master Sergeant Jordan has been our first sergeant in the 386th Expeditionary Security Forces Squadron for the past 6 months. He's been my right-hand man for personnel issues and troop care. Probably one of the most motivated folks I've ever worked with. Not only is he engaged on the work side of things, but he also takes time out of his personal time to mentor along the airmen and NCOs. For example, he's helped mentor a team of our airmen and NCOs in putting together a Thanksgiving meal, a holiday meal, along with an entire party so that everybody had a chance to enjoy the holidays while they were away from home.
Well, I think what the key with first sergeants is people. Everyone is their business. And with people, his office is always packed. And that's the measuring stick, that's the yardstick for any leader. Because when people aren't coming to you with issues, problems, advice, that's the day you stop leading them.
Sergeant Jordan has been fantastic. There have been a number of times where we had some issues that were difficult for me to handle. Sometimes it's not entirely appropriate for a commander to step in on something, but it's perfect for a first sergeant to step in.
I believe that what you put out there, you will get back. And I think that that is how Senior Master Sergeant Jordan operates. I actually had taken over as additional duty first sergeant while he was gone. When I was with him at the additional duty first sergeant's training down in DC, I had a chance to meet his wife and his children. They came down for a few days to see him. And this is not long before his deployment. He took the time out of work and from his family to make sure that I was squared away. That to me is very exemplary of a senior NCO. That'll stick with me. He's one of those guys that I always think about in my future here in the Air Guard.
Sergeant Goldrup exhibits a deep care for our airmen, and he's definitely got a wise approach to a large set of complex issues, and he's got a lot of experience, a lot of deep perspective, and he brings that to the fight every day.
He is very even-tempered. Everybody likes him. He still has that mindset that he knows where the unit needs to go, and he knows how to carry folks there. And he's a very good mentor and a very good leader.
He spent a great deal of time putting together programs and managing expectations.
He's the type of guy that wants to do well, wants everybody to do well, and he's very concerned about people.
When we were deployed together in Afghanistan, he was the glue that held it all together. He was the one that stayed up late and went to pick people up from the airport on the various missions where we were deploying them. He didn't complain at all, and he stepped right in and did it.
You know, when you're talking traditional guardsmen and folks that are here full time, you know, the knowledge level about what's going on every day there's quite a difference there. He understands that. He's, you know, Sergeant Goldrup can understand where a traditional is coming from. So sometimes it takes some explanation on his part to bring us up to speed and have a little more knowledge about what goes on a daily basis so that we understand what we need to do and where to go. Whenever I need any advice or anything like that, I go to Sergeant Goldrup, and kind of mentors me really along, so I know that he's not far down the hall if I need something.
Tech Sergeant Taylor's been with us for a long time, going on 8 years or so. And since we've been working together, he's demonstrated from the get-go that he's proactive in training and proactive in training others. So as the years have gone by, he's transitioned and seasoned into a very valuable frontline NCO.
He is kind of a middle ground. He's more the social networking side of it, so he's a very good people person, but he's also technical. I've gone through CEH with him, I've gone through a few courses with him, and he knows his material, which is helpful.
A lot of technical knowledge, and he's always striving to enhance that. For example, this year he's been to a number of different seminars, expanding his knowledge in various areas. He actually voluntarily went to Europe to train a bunch of NATO personnel on cybersecurity. So he's always looking for opportunities to gain more knowledge and to come back and share that knowledge with the group. He'll dedicate individual time with these airmen and NCOs to make sure that their training is accomplished, that they're feeling that they're accomplishing their goals and that their objectives are being met.
He's always keeping his mind on the grand scheme of things. And I'm the type of person that will get kind of like sucked into a specific issue. When something isn't getting done, he's good about making sure that we get back on track, and he's got a command voice.
Tech Sergeant Taylor is very good at keeping up his physical fitness standards. He's always an outstanding performer and has done tops in the requirements that are presented to him. To that end, he's been coaching other airmen to help them stay physically fit, to encourage them to go out running, to incorporate exercise as part of their daily life. I see nothing but excellent growth potential for Sergeant Taylor, and there's no stopping him.
Airman Bohr is excellent to work with in every respect because he's able to take orders and follow through on tasks, but at the same time he has a level of enthusiasm that I think is completely unparalleled.
The President of the United States is in his office now and we're going to hear your words to you. Over.
Airman Bohr joined the squadron in the summer of 2012. He does well at everything he does, whether that was he was an honor graduate coming out of basic training, he was a distinguished graduate coming out of his emergency management program.
He doesn't just show up, do what he's told to do, and go home. And he's the first one to raise his hand and say, how can I help?
Anything that he is given, he goes 110%, does it excellent.
My flight is blessed to have a lot of self-starters and people who really take their tasks personally and show a lot of pride. Since Airman Bohr has joined the flight, I would say that we've all had to hold ourselves to a higher standard.
I was Senior Airman Sam Bohr's commander in the 386 Air Expeditionary Wing. Sam quickly made himself known serving on the Honor Guard. That's where he first caught my attention. One of the most crisp Honor Guardsmen I've ever seen. He's got goals, he's got big goals, and he doesn't let hard work stand in his way of reaching those goals.
He's at over a 3.5 grade point average in physics. He's in the honors program.
From what I've heard, he has set his sights on becoming an astronaut.
And he's also PTL, always scores 100% on his PT scores, and he runs marathons. So he is a model for physical fitness for the squadron.
Sam's a leader, and he brings that leadership to everything he does in his interaction with other airmen and the organizations that he's part of. One of the things that we stressed at our location was that leadership does not wear rank, and that it's a condition and not a position. And Sam brings that level of leadership at any level that he's working, and he embodies that concept. I'm very proud of Sam and his accomplishments, not only for what he's done, but for just who he is. I think the Air Force is in great hands with airmen like Sam Bohr.
I've been on a guard for 5 years. It's afforded me opportunities to see parts of the military, and especially the parts of people after retirement and after their service is done that I never would have experienced. It brings together not only retired people, but people that are currently serving as well into a force that serves to literally honor the people that have served before us. It's something that some people only see in the movies, when they see a military movie and funerals associated with that. To know that that's happening at funerals all the time, without the media covering that, knowing that it's happening and we're giving those final respects all the way through, especially if someone passes away overseas, that someone is with them at all times from the moment they pass away through the carrying on the planes to receiving home and bringing those bodies back home. Whether the press is there or not, it's really important to know, and when communities know that we're there and it's not just for show, then it means a lot to them. When I was in Baghdad, there were honor guard teams to help bring on those caskets that come from the morgue that needs to be placed on the C-130s heading home. I was part of that team as well, and that's an entirely different scenario when you're dealing with someone who may have passed away just recently that was in their 80s versus someone that you know is possibly your age, maybe your same rank up here, that you're sending home to their family with a casket and a flag on it. It's an entirely different responsibility. You could get the call to service at 1 o'clock in the morning. You need to be out there, it could be pouring rain, and the C-130 is taking off, and you're going to be there. It's a powerful and moving experience, to say the least. It's inspiring to me to take that step above. Not only do these members continue to work on their own skill levels, upgrade training, and continue to work on their basic military career, but to show that they're willing to give more already at such a young age and beginning portion of their career shows that they have an interest in giving back to what they've received already, and that they're willing to take the next step, and that's inspiring too.